Hey guys, welcome back to KY Coins and Collectibles. And I had just bought a new little coin collection. I bought this off of a gentleman that has been collecting off and on, and he kind of resells. He'll buy and then sell and trade. He don't really collect a lot of coins. Mostly, it's more pew pews, and so he likes to trade on those. And this was kind of what he had left out of his collection. And like I said, he gets this stuff and then he'll trade it or just sell it. So he's not a big time collector. He might be more of a stacker and just a middleman for the most part. So he'd saved up some of this stuff, and he knows I buy it, and we make trades, and he'll sell me stuff every now and then when he gets it. So, but he does collect and he does stack a little bit. But I just wanted to show you what I got. There was a few interesting things in there, and I thought it'd make for a good video. So I'll try to make it short. This gentleman, he had kind of said some interesting things to me. He is trying to sell a lot of his stuff. He was kind of telling me he just wanted to sell stuff. He didn't really want to have a lot of stuff to worry about. So I think he's trying to downsize and simplify his life. He don't want to have all this stuff at home and him be out working, or him be out doing something he wants to do and kind of just have to worry about his stuff at his house or in a lockbox or a safe. I think he's really just wanting to simplify his life right now, and this was some of the stuff he wanted to get rid of. Didn't really fit his collection at the time. So, but it was neat him saying that. Like he said, I don't want to have a lot of stuff at my house or a lot of things I have to just worry about. He said, I've got a family. I want to take care of them. He's working. He has a good job. And it kind of just don't fit his lifestyle right now, or this stage in his life. And I was like, well, that makes a lot of sense, because you all have seen some of my collections. You build up these big collections and you amass a lot of assets or inventory or silver and gold, and then after 10-15 years you look around and you've not sold much of it. You've got a lot, and when you've got a lot, you worry about it. Like if you've got a safe full of stuff, or you've got a big lockbox full, or you keep it buried in your backyard, you're always going to be thinking about it, and it's always going to be on your mind. Or if people know that you buy and sell and trade in this stuff, they may think you have a lot of stuff. And times are getting tough. A lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. So I think he's really starting to worry about that. Now I know he still has some silver and a couple pieces of gold and some items in his collection that he said he'll just never sell, and he'll pass it down to his kids. And I know a lot of people are like that. You sell the stuff you want to get rid of, and you hold on to a small portion of it. And I think when I'm not at that stage yet, but I can see it on the horizon pretty quick. Because eventually you look around and there's so much more to life than just hoarding up a lot of collections or doing this type thing. So, and family really changes your perspective on this. And like I said, when you get a kid or a couple kids and they're young, you want to spend time with them. And like I said, life just is going to be full of memories, not items. So that's one thing I want to do. But right now, my stage, like I can do this. I've got time for my family. I work full time, a couple different jobs. So I still make plenty of time for my family, and I live in a safe area. Like I really don't worry about my stuff. But it really makes you think when people start talking about stuff like that. So it was nice. I want to hear your all's opinion. Uh, I don't really. This ain't really something I do a lot of. This is just something I do on the side that I enjoy. So as long as I enjoy doing it and it's not taking time away from important stuff, which is my family, so that's that. I'll show you the collection now. Like I said, it was just a portion of his that he was ready to get rid of. I think he still has some silver that he stacks, and a couple key items like some things that he wants to hand down. And when he gets some of this stuff, instead of just holding on to it, he just passes it on. He trades it. He tries to just trade up. So we made a good little deal. He was happy with it. I was too. I'll tell you at the end how much I've got and all this after I show it to you. So I think I done good. He done good. He got what he trades in better, and that was the pew-pews. He trades a lot in those, and I trade more in this type of stuff. This is more my circle, and he has more of his circle. So we each got what we trade in. And I'll tell you, like I said, at the end what I've got in this. So he had told me he had some large notes. He told me he had some silver, some constitutional stuff. So I was like, bring it over. And I told him what I had. He was interested in it, interested in the price point I had. So he brought me some stuff. And this was a majority of what he had. So he brought me some stuff, and it ended up being a pretty fair trade. I ended up giving him a little bit of cash, but I'll tell you about it here on the end. As you can see, first of all, these large notes. He does have a lot of smaller new notes, blue seals and star notes and stuff, but I told him I was mostly interested in large notes because I had just done a video, and I'll try to post it up here in the corner, about currency and large notes and stuff, and how I don't really see a lot of it around here. And he even told me, he said these are like some of the only large notes that he's seen in a long time, and he's actually held on to these for a while. So he just said he was ready to get rid of them. And we don't really see a lot of these large notes around here. People always want more for them because around here they're kind of rare. And he had some really nice ones. A couple of them are in nice shape. He had this nice $1 silver certificate. It's in pretty good shape. I think it's got a couple folds in it, and I believe that's a 1923. And then this one up here is a little older. It's really nice, $1. And like I said, I really don't do much large notes, so you'll have to forgive me for not talking as much about them. But they're pretty nice. You can see the folds a little more in the back here. 3 main folds. But it's not that bad of shape. I believe this one's 1917 on top here. And I think they called it the Sawhorse or something. I can't remember right off. But it's not in too bad of shape. It's got some wear to it for sure. The edges are there. I didn't see any holes in it, pinholes or anything, so that's good. So it was nice seeing those two. And then of course the Black Eagle. He told me he had one of those, and I was like, I'd definitely be interested in it because they're always bringing at least $100. So that one's not too bad. It's got some wear on it. This 5 is in really good shape. It's not bad at all. And these old large notes, I've told you before, I just love the design and the artwork on them. I'm trying to avoid the glare from my light, as you can see. So sorry about that. But these old large notes, they're so cool. Like late 1800s, early 1900s. They just, it's so cool. This one's has a lot of wear on it, and it's pretty dirty, but it's still in good shape. And like I said, this 5 is in pretty good shape too. That's an awesome portrait of Lincoln. So there's those. Yeah, I definitely want to get the large notes off of them because I'm seeing less and less large notes, and I just feel like it's going to be, there's going to come a time when the prices really increase on the large notes because they're harder to maintain. I mean, silver is going to be around a lot longer, and these are going to be, they're paper, so they're going to wear a lot more, and I think at some point they're going to be really collectible. I mean, it's just like old documents. They just don't last. And basically what it is, it's going to be an old piece of paper one day, and unless you've preserved it, taken care of it, every time there's a house fire, they may lose them, or something burns down where they've been storing them. Whereas the silver, it's a little more resilient to environmental hazards. So that's why one reason I really like paper money, and I've been talking about it a little more. And every time I get a chance to buy some paper currency, I pull the trigger. So there's that. And for the constitutional silver stuff, he had just a handful of stuff, but he did have a nice collection of albums here. He had a full book of Rosies, which I know there's really no key dates, but I mean, it's always nice seeing a full album of Rosies, which I've got a full book already. I got those at a pretty decent price, so I just kind of wanted to buy everything, and we agreed on a good price. Now this is really neat. It is almost a complete set of Mercury dimes, and I know what you're thinking already. The 16D is not in here, and it is the only one that is not in here. So, like, look how awesome that looks. Now that's a coin collector's, like a beautiful sight for a coin collector. Missing that 16D, but it does have the 21s. Them are harder dates. They're not too bad of shape. And I'll show you all of them here. It's got the 16, 16S. All these earlier dates are a little better up until the 20s. Those Depression years were tough. Tough. People couldn't really hoard up a dime. That could buy you a lot of stuff back in the day. Kind of just letting you all see them there. Some of them got a little bit of toning on them, but this album seems pretty new, so it's not beat up and damaged. So I feel like this is a newer set somebody has put together. And you can pause and check everything out. But thought it was really cool. I love seeing full sets like that. He also had some quarters, and they're different years. But most of them are 64s. They're not bad shape. There's some from the 50s. There might be a couple 40s in there, but there wasn't no 32Ds or anything. But I am going to put together a quarter set. I'm working on a Standing Liberty quarter set right now. I really like that series, and what I'm going to do is try to get an album where I can do Washington and Standing Liberty Quarters. Just I like to have them all at one place. So that was good. So that was almost a row of silver quarters. He had a few Mercury dimes, and everybody's been talking about Mercury dimes and Rosies. I've seen a bunch of videos on here comparing the two and which one people like better. Everybody's different. I see everybody's point on it. The Rosies have more weight to them. The Mercury's wear more, but they're more recognizable. I think if times got bad, people would be weighing them. So that's my opinion. And I think like for every Rosie to Mercury, I think it's like 0.1 of a gram. So I believe that's right. It's like 0.1. So for every 10 Mercury dimes, you lose a dime. Basically, you would lose a dime to the Rosies. So that's a lot, I think, especially when you've got a bag full in your hand and you're trying to trade for something. If, like I said, if times got bad, and I know I'm kind of going off the rails here and on the side subject, but I've just seen it in a few videos, and I'm going to do a video about it. But I think there's a big difference, and I think it's why you collect. If you think it's going to be a barter and trade thing, when you're bartering and trading, people aren't going to let you slip on a tenth of a gram or whatever. They're not going to let you slide. That adds up to be a lot. So just saying. But I got a good video I'm going to do on it, and y'all can just let me know what you think about it. But the rest of it here, just a couple loose things. He had a couple halves. This Benji was pretty nice. It's a 63, so most 63 Benjis are in pretty decent shape. It's nothing special. And then a Walker, it is a 43 Philly, pretty common. And then a 64 Kennedy with some really dark toning on it. And he had this piece dollar, and I more or less got it for about $25. So, and then this proof, somebody had wrote Mint State 68 Unk. So, but I believe it's proof. It's got some PVC on it, so it could be dipped and make it a little more shiny. So that's really it. I just wanted to show y'all some of the new collection I just bought. I know everybody likes seeing coins, some nice eye candy. So nice set of Mercury dimes. Them are always nice. Seeing large notes is very uncommon around here. I just don't see them at all. So every time I do see them, I want to pull the trigger on them. Sometimes that makes me pay a little more for them, but yeah, I like collecting them, and I'm not breaking the bank, so I can do it. Now what I did is I believe I have around $750, and I think that's about what I have in it, $750. So let me know what you think. I know these, he was wanting around $50 a piece, $100 for the Black Eagle. So I think he wanted $50 a piece. So it's $1, $2, $3, about $300 for the notes. And we negotiated a little bit because I know they've got some wear on them, a couple of them. But that was kind of the starting point. Mercury sets, they range. I know these right here, they're about the piece dollar about 25, and these were about $8 to $10 for the halves. The Mercuries and the quarters, they really added up. A couple dollars a piece, and the quarters were about 4 to 5. So they really added up. On the trade, we had about $750 in the trade, and then I gave them a little extra because there were so many quarters. And you don't realize, and you're looking at this collection, you're like, well, that's a lot, but you don't realize how many Mercury dimes there are in a set. There's a lot of Mercury dimes in that set. So, I mean, when you're talking a couple dollars and there's 75 or 74 coins there, it adds up pretty fast. So, and the same thing for the Rosies. It's not a big set, but you still have a lot of coins there. When you're talking $1 to a couple dollars a piece, it just adds up. So I think I did good. We researched some stuff and got pretty close on our price. So I just wanted to show y'all. I love looking at new collections, and this was one of the better ones I had bought in the last little bit. It's not a lot here, but the albums really make up for it in the large notes. That's really what I was interested in. Large note Mercury dime set. The rest of this just kind of constitutional, and I'll hold on to it, stack it, try to upgrade some of my stuff and my albums. But more or less, that's really it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Hope y'all have a great day. Please like, share, and subscribe. And y'all have a great day and happy collecting. Have a great one. Bye.